Good afternoon, students. Today we start our next chapter, that is executive. Executive is one of the important organ of our government. Before we start this chapter, we must know about the organs of government and their basics. So here we start this chapter with the introduction of the organs of government. So students, India has a parliamentary form of democracy which we adopted from England. In the parliament form of democracy, the president is the nominal head of our nation and the prime minister is the actual head of our country. In the central government, there are major three organs of the government which we are discussing here. First one, legislature, second, executive, and third, judiciary. Legislature is a law-making body. Executive is the body which is responsible for implementation of law, and the judiciary that is responsible to explain the law or to punish those who are law breakers. So we are discussing one by one. First is legislature. Legislature is a law-making body. On central level, it is known as parliament, and in parliament there are two houses. One is Lok Sabha and second is Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is also known as People's House because the member of this house is directly elected by the people. Rajya Sabha, it is also known as Council of States because it represents the interest of states in India. The member of the parliament are known as MP, member of parliaments. At state level, this legislature is also found on the two houses. One is Legislative Assembly and one is Legislative Council. There are 28 states in our country, India, but only 6 states which have the bicameral legislature: Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana, Karnataka and Maharashtra. These are the 6 states of India which have bicameral legislature at state level. Second one, that is executive, and the responsibility of executive is implementation of law. At central level, the members which become the part of executive are the president, the vice president, the prime minister, council of ministers, and in the council of minister there are three kinds of minister. One is cabinet minister, top level, state ministers with independent charge, and next one is deputy minister. And on the state level, governor is working like as the president. On the central level, CM, and again the council of minister become the part of executive. In executive, the IAS, IPS, civil servants are also the part of executive system. Next one is judiciary. Judiciary is one of the important organ among the three because if there is any dispute between the legislature and executive, it is the prime responsibility of our judiciary to settle that dispute. In our country, India, there is an integrated judicial system. And the apex court of India is Supreme Court, which was set up on 28th of January 1950 in New Delhi. And after that, there are 25 high courts are working in our country, India. So these are some basics related to the organs of government. We will discuss chapter wise. First we discuss executive, then we discuss legislature, judiciary, one by one in our textbooks. So today we start here the first organ, that is the executive. So we start here that the government has primarily 3 organs: the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. The organ of government that is primarily responsible for the implementation and administration of the policy decision is known as executive. Those persons, those who are the part of executive, they have the primary responsibility to execute the decision, to execute the policies which are framed by the legislature. Executive is that organ of government which is responsible for the implementation of laws and policies passed by the legislature. The executive designations vary from country to country. In different countries there are different names of these executives. In some country they are called president, like in our country India, who is the nominal head. In some country the king, like in the United Kingdom, where the Queen of England is called king and queen is called the executive head of UK, while others may designate it as the prime minister or as the chancellor in the Germany. So there are very name of these executive head in the different nations. The executive comprises of president, prime minister, council of minister. The executive also includes the administrator or the civil servants. The heads of the government and minister are responsible for overall government policy are called political executives. Yes, those members, those who are elected by the people and they are answerable to the people because they frame policy for the welfare of the people, those are called political executives. While the civil servants responsible for day-to-day operation are called the permanent executives. So in this lecture, our total focus is on executive and the two kinds of executive, that is political executive and permanent executive. So let us start that what is the difference between the political executive and the permanent executive. First, we are starting here about the political executive. Executives who are elected by the people for a specific period of time are called the political executives. We have a tenure, fixed tenure of our government, 5 years. Lok Sabha elections and state assembly elections are held after every 5 years. So those people, those who are elected by the people for a specific time, those are known as political executives. For example, political executive includes the political leaders like the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers and so on. They remain in office only so long as the confidence of the majority members of the parliament. Yes, they remain in the office while they have majority in the House of Parliament, especially in Lok Sabha, because government is always formed for that party that has majority in the Lok Sabha. They are answerable to the people. Why they are answerable to the people? Because they are elected by the people. Because India is a democratic country and every person who is adult, 18 and above 18 years old, they have right to vote without any discrimination. They are more powerful. They take all the final decision and they can be changed by the people through election. If these political executives are not working according to the wishes and desire of the people, they can be changed by the people of India through the election system. So this is about political executive. Let us discuss that about the permanent executives. The permanent executives are salaried civil servants who are appointed on a long-term basis. All the IAS, IFS, IPS officers, all these are the part of permanent executives, and these people are salaried people and working under the political executive. Persons working in the civil services, for example, IAS, IFS, IPS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Services, and Indian Police Services. They remain in office when the ruling party change. Their tenure of office is fixed. It means that they cannot change after changing the government. They remain in the office till their retirement. Yes, they can change or they can dismiss if the misbehavior is approved, then these civil servants can be dismissed from their post. They are not answerable to the people because they are not elected by the people. They are less powerful. They do not take decisions. Instead, they assist political executives in carrying out day-to-day administration. They are not so powerful as like the political executive, there is a question mark in each and every people in the mind. Why there is a question mark? That the permanent executives, they always remain in their office, they are more educated, they are more talented, but still they are working under the political executives. If suppose a leader is only 5th class pass or 10th pass, and a person who is passed the UPSC examination is still working under the political executive, why it is so? Why these permanent executives working under the political executive? The fact is that India is a democratic country and the people desire is supreme, because the political executives are elected by the people, so that these people are more powerful than the permanent executive, because in the constitution all the powers are taken from the people of India, because everything, the preamble of our country, we the people of India, we the people of India, it means that people desire is supreme in our country India. That is the reason that these political executive, if they are less experienced, if they are less educated as compared to permanent executive, but still they are more powerful than the permanent executives. So this is about the difference between the political executive and permanent executive. Thank you and have a nice day.